After a whirlwind season packed with ups and downs, Mercedes has once again stolen the spotlight with even bigger news. So first, we'll cover the farewell of Lewis Hamilton, arguably the greatest driver in F1 history, as he leaves behind an unmatched legacy at Mercedes. Next, we'll dive into Toto Wolff's vision for the future, including his innovative strategies and efforts to redefine Mercedes for the 2030 carbon-neutral era. Lastly, we'll talk about George Russell's emergence as Mercedes's new leader and the challenges he faces. Buckle up for an in-depth look at the team's past, present, and future. The first story is about Hamilton's career with Mercedes. Few names in motorsport carry as much weight as Lewis Hamilton. Over his 12-year tenure with Mercedes, Hamilton amassed a staggering 6 World Drivers' Championships, 84 race wins, and numerous records that may remain unmatched for years. But Hamilton's legacy transcends statistics. His career is a masterclass in resilience, innovation, and advocacy. When Hamilton made the bold move to join Mercedes in 2013, many pundits were skeptical. At the time, the team was not a consistent frontrunner, and some questioned whether Hamilton could replicate the success he had achieved at McLaren. However, the partnership between Hamilton and Mercedes became a defining era in F1 history. The introduction of hybrid power units in 2014 set the stage for unprecedented dominance. Hamilton's first championship with Mercedes that year came after a season-long battle with teammate Nico Rosberg. The rivalry reached its peak at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where Hamilton clinched the title in a high-stakes finale. The Hamilton-Rosberg dynamic, both tense and electrifying, became a focal point of the sport, showcasing Hamilton's mental fortitude under immense pressure. In 2015, Hamilton further solidified his status, securing another championship with 3 races to spare. His performances during this era not only highlighted his raw speed, but also his ability to adapt to the evolving complexities of hybrid technology. By 2020, Hamilton matched Michael Schumacher's record of 7 World Drivers' Championships, an achievement that underlined his place among the all-time greats. Hamilton's contributions to Formula One extend well beyond the racetrack. Recognizing the lack of diversity in motorsport, Hamilton launched the Hamilton Commission in 2020. The initiative aims to increase representation of underrepresented groups in engineering and racing, addressing systemic barriers within the sport. His advocacy also includes environmental sustainability. As the global conversation around climate change intensified, Hamilton emerged as a vocal proponent of greener practices in F1. He adopted a plant-based lifestyle, transitioned to electric vehicles off the track, and urged the sport to accelerate its shift toward carbon neutrality. His efforts contributed to F1's commitment to achieving net zero carbon emissions by 2030. Hamilton's influence extended into popular culture, making F1 more accessible to diverse audiences. Collaborations with brands like Tommy Hilfiger showcased his passion for fashion and individuality, while his activism inspired a generation of fans who saw him as more than just a driver. The 2024 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix marked the end of an era. After securing a podium finish in his final race with Mercedes, Hamilton delivered an emotional address to fans. "This isn't goodbye to racing, but it is a farewell to a family I've grown with over a decade," he said, his voice thick with emotion. The Mercedes paddock was awash with tributes. Engineers and team members wore commemorative shirts emblazoned with Hamilton's signature and the words, "End of an Era." Rival teams joined in a standing ovation during the post-race celebrations, a rare and touching display of respect for a competitor who had left an indelible mark on the sport. Mercedes launched the "Every Dream Needs a Team" campaign to celebrate Hamilton's contributions. This multimedia tribute chronicled his journey from an ambitious young driver to a global icon. The campaign featured interviews with teammates, engineers, and fans, interwoven with footage of Hamilton's most memorable moments on and off the track. The culmination was a powerful video montage projected onto iconic landmarks in cities like London and Berlin. leaving fans worldwide in awe. As Hamilton embarks on a new chapter with Ferrari, the F1 world is abuzz with speculation. How will Hamilton adapt to a new environment after more than a decade with Mercedes? Can Ferrari provide him with a competitive car to challenge for an unprecedented 8th championship? Equally intriguing is the question of how Mercedes will adapt to life without Hamilton. While the team has a history of bouncing back from challenges, his departure represents a seismic shift. Mercedes' ability to navigate this transition will hinge on the leadership of Toto Wolff and the emerging talents of George Russell, who now carries the torch for the Silver Arrows. Hamilton's farewell signals the end of a golden chapter for Mercedes and F1, but his impact will be felt for generations to come. As the sport evolves, Hamilton's story remains a powerful reminder that greatness is achieved not only through talent, but also through purpose and resilience. As Hamilton prepares for a new chapter with Ferrari, questions linger. How will he adapt to a new environment? And more critically, how will Mercedes rebuild without its most iconic driver? For answers, we turn to Toto Wolff's strategic vision. The second story is about Wolff's opinion on Mercedes' future. Toto Wolff has been the architect of Mercedes Formula One team's dominance over the last decade. Since stepping into the role of team principal in 2013, Wolff has overseen an era of unparalleled success. 8 Constructors' Championships, 6 Drivers' Championships with Lewis Hamilton, and a legacy of innovation. Yet 2024 presents Wolff with perhaps his greatest challenge: ushering Mercedes into a new era without Hamilton at the helm. In a recent interview, Wolff reflected on Hamilton's departure with a mixture of pride and nostalgia. Lewis is irreplaceable, Wolff admitted. What he brought to this team cannot be measured solely by wins. He elevated everyone around him, both on and off the track. Hamilton's exit marks the end of an iconic partnership, one that shaped Formula One and brought Mercedes unprecedented glory. Despite the emotional weight of this transition, Wolff remains optimistic. He has repeatedly emphasized that Mercedes' success is not solely reliant on individual talent, but is rooted in collaboration and adaptability. Teams evolve, Wolff said. The key is to ensure that our culture of excellence and innovation remains intact as we face new challenges. One of Wolff's primary strategies for sustaining Mercedes' competitiveness is a continued focus on technological innovation. The team has long been a pioneer in hybrid technology, which has been a cornerstone of its dominance during the hybrid era that began in 2014. Now, as F1 pushes toward carbon neutrality by 2030, Mercedes is doubling down on its commitment to sustainable innovation. "We're not just looking to stay competitive," Wolff explained. "We want to lead the charge for a sustainable future in motorsport." Mercedes is heavily investing in synthetic fuels, advanced energy recovery systems, and next-generation hybrid power units. These innovations are not only aimed at winning races, but also at shaping the future of automotive technology for road cars. Recently, the team unveiled a hydrogen-powered concept car as part of their broader sustainability goals. While this technology is still in its infancy, Wolff believes it represents a critical step toward redefining what's possible in motorsport. "We're exploring every avenue to ensure that Mercedes remains synonymous with progress and innovation," he said. Beyond technological advancements, Wolff is reshaping the team's internal structure to prepare for long-term success. Recognizing the importance of fostering talent, he has introduced mentorship programs for young engineers and expanded partnerships with academic institutions. These initiatives are designed to bring fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the team's engineering and strategy departments. "The future of Mercedes depends on the people who build it," Wolff said. "We need to cultivate a culture where Every team member feels empowered to contribute their best. This philosophy reflects Wolff's belief that sustainable growth must go hand in hand with nurturing talent. A key part of Wolff's plan is the emergence of George Russell as the team's leader. Since joining Mercedes in 2022, Russell has demonstrated exceptional skill, intelligence, and a strong team-first mentality. Wolff has often referred to Russell as once-in-a-generation talent, praising his ability to balance technical acumen with emotional intelligence. George embodies the values we strive for at Mercedes, Wolff explained. He's not just a driver, he's a leader in the making.